Black lives matter. Black lives do matter. And all lives matter. But black lives matter. Hi, it's Ted Hayes again, the civil rights activist and your homeless activist, bringing you some enlightenment out of darkness, whereby you can break the chains, the shackles that hold your mind in darkness, so that you can be free indeed by knowing the truth. Okay? So let's move forward. We were talking in the last episode about the real matter of black lives. Yes, we have a lot of matters that are affecting us as a people. A lot of matters. And we need to get to each and every one of them. But all those matters are like the branches of a tree with all the fruit, the leaves and the fruit on it. And then you have the boughs. Then you have the trunk. Then you have the root of the tree that you do not see. And all these issues that we deal with amongst our people, I don't have to go into detail about the sufferings and the struggles of our people. You know that. We hear it all the time. Amongst ourselves, that is. Because they sure don't talk about it no more hardly at all, except for when they want to come and get our votes. That's when they come, right? So put that aside. And every time we cut away, I don't know if you know much about horticulture, but when you prune a plant or a tree, when you cut it back, it looks kind of ugly. You think you got it, and what happens is it grows out more bushier, stronger, produces more fruit. Well, so it is with all the issues that relate to us as a people. We got all kind of activists for this and that in the community, all good works, and we have all of that. But we're pruning the tree, and the more we prune the tree, the greater our problems get. Have you noticed that? The greater our problems are getting, not any better. But that's a reason for that. So we need to go down the trunk of the tree and do what the Hebrew prophet that heralded the coming of Mashiach, Yeshua, that is Jesus Christ, heralded his first coming. He said, you lay the axe to the root of the tree. You cut the root of the tree. In other words, go down. If you want to understand the fruit of the tree, go down the trunk, underground, where it's not seen, and look at the root. Examine the root of the tree. And look at the tap root, the biggest one that goes the furthest down. What is that in America? Well, that tap root in America, that root that we're talking about, is right here, this matter of black lives. And the most important matter of black lives, while all these things are issues for real, even the issues where brothers in Chicago and LA and Baltimore and Washington, wherever we are, be shooting each other down with impunity as though we are at war. We are committing war statistics, okay? As bad as that is, and we must stop that. We got to stop that, or we go to chattel slavery again, okay? As bad as that is, there ain't nothing worse, y'all, than someone taking your identity theft. That's bad. The Ku Klux Klan, the white Ku Klux Klan, the Anglo-Wasp Ku Klux Klan, those guys, English-speaking Klan, they did not do that. Yeah, they strung us up, beat us up, burned crosses on our property, chased us out of town, all kind of ugly things they did. But they never tried to be us. This group, coming primarily out of Central America and South America, these folks are coming up in here, white as they can be, got a little brown in skin, but white as they can be, claiming to be us. Claiming that for which 740,000 innocent young white boys gave their lives over, plus the 30,000 blacks. They claiming that, y'all. They claiming that. They claiming everything that my ancestors went through on the Great Passage, the Middle Passage, coming from Africa, chained in them wooden ships, packed in those wooden ships. I'm sorry about that. Packed in those wooden ships, brought to this country, put on slave blocks, sold like animals, put on plantations. You know how we got all our skin colors? When you read the The Civil Rights Act of 1866, it identifies the colored people. You know how we got all them colors? Well, white massa will do the do to the sisters. That's how we got all them colors. That's how we got all them colors. Okay. Those indignities we suffer as a people. And then we go through 99 years of black codes and Jim Crowism where you got to remember something. Again, it's the aftermath. Those things that happened to the black lives in this country, the free, those things that happened from chattel slavery to Jim Crow, we are looking still at generational effect in front of us. We still are looking at the devastation of that is yet to come. They are somehow claiming our experience as their own. In fact, your African American leaders and certain Jewish folks, my people, are teaching these folks that what they're doing, coming to this country, taking our birth certificate, is either the new civil rights movement or the extension of the civil rights movement. Can you believe that? That's what they're telling them. Now, there's a lot of reasons why these brothers are selling out, but we ain't going to go into that right now. There's a lot of reasons. We'll talk about that another time, and I'll explain to you how we got in this mess that we got into. Okay? And I'm going to show you also how we're going to get out of it. But that's what they're stealing from us. And they're claiming to be us. How do you feel about that? This is the most important matter concerning us. If they get this, and it's theirs, I'm going to tell y'all something now. Eventually, their children, when they turn 18, and every day 68,000 Hispanic Latino teenagers turn 18 years old. That's the voting age. And their leaders, the Raza, has said they're going to take over this country. What they're going to do it by coming through us. Okay? And that they're going to use us. The word out there is, you black folks, you had your chance with the white man. You blew it. It's our turn now. And when I try to talk with them and try to make sense with them in dialogue and see if we can come up to an amicable resolution of the matter, they say, why should giants, speaking of themselves, talk to midgets? And they call themselves giants because they outnumber us. Well, they only outnumber the black man in this country is because of the illicit number of them coming across that border, staying beyond their visas. Also, another issue, folks, which comes from the Democratic Party, is abortion. You know how many our people would be here today, Black Lives? Do you know, Black Lives, how many of us would be here today if it wasn't for abortion? Put in here by the Democrats and Margaret Sanger. Look into that. We are only 11 to 12% of the national population of the United States of America, yet we make up 40% of the abortion rate. My brothers and sisters, young people, children, that is silent genocide. And now the same Democratic Party, with the compliance of the Republican Party, are allowing these people, whoever they are, to come into our country where we have shed our blood with our white brothers and sisters in this country over the matter of us, the Civil War. Here they come, going to take this away. For the sake of your children, and the sake of the legacy of our ancestors and their suffering, and for the sake of the legacy of them 740,000 innocent young white boys and men, those 30,000 blacks, and all those millions who were wounded. And that great generation of 150 years ago, that was the greatest generation, was 150 years ago. Donald Trump says, let's make America great again. That's where we got to make it great, around the issue of the black lives that matter in this country. That was what made this country great. We must do it for the sake of them boys who died out there in the battlefields of the Civil War. We cannot allow our birth certificate to be taken from us by our federal government, which is supposed to be, according to this law, according to our national birth certificate, the federal government under whose ward and jurisdiction we exist. The federal government is ordered by the United States Congress to defend and protect us. And defending and protecting us, especially from a foreign invasion, as what we're experiencing right now, and defending and protecting us, they defend and protect everybody else who is citizens in these United States of America. You understand that? All right. This is Ted Hayes, homeless activist, civil rights activist, that voice coming up out the wilderness.